Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's episode we're going to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto news, what is going on in the space. We have some very interesting stuff and development. Despite the situation in the world, Bitcoin needs to develop itself, cryptocurrency space in general also, but also we're going to quick jump onto the charts to see something very interesting that I found out on the Bitcoin price that could potentially be very big for the next step in the Bitcoin price. And now let's get started. So we're going to do just quick mentioning of the Bitcoin price here on the charts, and we're going to jump over to the news. As we can see over here, Bitcoin is trading into this channel pretty long, and we are standing on 4-hourly chart. One of the very interesting and not so bullish thing that I can see over here is the lack of the bullish steam. We can see also that the RSI is dropping below level of 50, and the Bitcoin has no power to actually break the half of this tunnel, which is not good. Bitcoin is consolidating around a level of support instead of the resistance, which means whenever the price is constantly trying to break some sort of a level of resistance or support, in this case is going to break eventually. Unfortunately, we are around level of support, so be careful over here if you're trading this, and make sure you observe this level on 4-hourly chart, even on daily chart, because if we break this level, I don't think we will stop before we retouch 55 or maybe even 100 level of support over here for the Bitcoin price. Now, since there is not much left to talk about Bitcoin price, we just need to see how the Bitcoin is reacting, especially when we don't have a lot of volume. And I did mention this in the previous video when we discussed about, please check that video out. It is the last video on this channel, because whenever we don't have a lot of volume in the Bitcoin space or in any asset whatsoever, there is a big move ready to be done. So in this case, this volume with trading around this level of support of this trend line over here is not good, because there is a potential and indication that we will break actual level of support and not level of resistance. Jumping over to the news, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV block halvings will force miners to Bitcoin BTC report. This is very important, and hear me out. Bitcoin miners will continue to capitulate due to low prices, but upcoming events for Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV will fuel the turmoil, says a new forecast. We need to stick to the forecast. So this is forecast. It doesn't mean it will happen, but there is more likely potential that it will happen. And here's why. This could be a big problem for small miners out there, because all Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV halvings will happen somewhere around 1 month before Bitcoin halving will happen in May. Why that is important? As they say here, those miners from Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV will just fly to the Bitcoin mining before the halving in the Bitcoin actually hits the road, because the reward for the miners in the summer around the middle of May will be reduced from 12.5 to 6.25 bitcoins for the miners as a reward. In order to explain this, we need to fly out to the hash rate. The reason why we dropped so much in the hash rate is because the Bitcoin price has dropped pretty significantly over here, and the profitability for the miners is no longer there. So we need to see higher prices, of course, so the Bitcoin miners could be profitable. In this case, they're not profitable, and many small miners or small pools are shutting down their pools, especially when the reward gets halved in May, which will bring just bigger players into the mining space to actually mine Bitcoin and stay profitable further longer. Now, what could speed up destroying little miners before halving is the Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV miners, which when the halving in the Bitcoin Cash and SV happens soon, in a few days, they will have like a gap of 1 month to fly out to the Bitcoin mining 1 month before halving happens, so they could take profits, which will happen to push the hash rate even further, and those other miners will have problems to struggle until the halving happens and the hash rate will start growing all over again. Of course, that's good for the Bitcoin network for protection, but little miners will die. So that's not good because Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV miners will just be fuel on the fire. Of course, again, I'm mentioning this is just forecast that this could happen, and it is likely, but we will see how this will play out. And in the next months, are we going to see the hash rate growing on the way to the upside, or we're just going to see decline on this chart, or even going further lower on some historical lows? But I don't think that will happen, especially when the halving hits the road. Jumping over to the next one, Bitcoin and Visa transactions plunge, but pizza delivers are up. Online purchases using Bitcoin, Visa, and some retail apps are down for the first quarter of 2020, spanning cryptocurrency and fiat currency transaction. Already here we can see COVID-19, and we know what this means. Many people are in quarantine, are staying home, scared, so nobody is even thinking to actually use the Bitcoin as payment method right now, especially when we see drop in the Bitcoin price because people wants to stay in cash in this crisis that we have right now, and we don't know how long this crisis will take time. So yeah, this is totally normal, and I didn't expect Bitcoin to grow, especially in transactions over here, because many people are in cash right now. So nothing new over here. This is not the bad news, this is just the expected news in this crisis right now. And now some good news. Prime brokerage for crypto, Epifani, launches institutional platforms to connect exchange liquidity. This is very good and important to see that in this time we still have development in the Bitcoin adoption space and also the crypto sphere in general, because this will means a lot to us after the crisis is gone. Institutionals will now be able to trade on every single crypto market thanks to Global X and API platform launched on March 31st, so that was yesterday actually, by San Francisco based firm Epifani. Indian crypto exchange BuyUcoin gets license to go abroad. Indian crypto exchange BuyUcoin has sealed regulatory approval from Estonia's financial watchdog to expand its service abroad. We all know that India now is able to actually trade cryptocurrency. I mean the people, of course, and the businesses around the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin space in general could occur in the next period of time, and already now we can see that India is pushing towards that direction, which is very good and important to see, especially about the land with so much population there. Could lift the price of the Bitcoin much easier if they get known about the space and the utility of the Bitcoin whatsoever. Of course, this is just one exchange, but anyway, we need to follow every single news, because that's how we're going to see how Bitcoin is slowly but surely becoming the world's cryptocurrency, or let's say just currency, or even the world's electronical gold. Huobi wallet and crypto lender Creed now enables users to earn interest. Major cryptocurrency exchange and wallet provider Huobi has partnered with decentralized crypto lending platform Creed to enable users to earn interest on their holdings. The reason why we mention this news is for all of you who don't know how to trade or who are just beginning into this space. This is very good and interesting stuff to watch and actually try and earn interest in the crypto space while you holding. Of course, the Binance also has much better offers than Huobi, or let's say much more coins, tokens, staking coins that you could invest and stake while you're holding. That's very good. I'm doing that for the Bitcoin on Binance exchange also, which is totally good to stake Satoshi on pretty much daily basis while you're just holding, instead of to just sit with the Bitcoin there and doing nothing. So for all of those who don't know how to trade, who are afraid to trade to lose Bitcoin, actually this is good way to actually earn interest on the Bitcoin Satoshis if you're here for the long term. And now interesting news. Bitcoin code base preserved for 1000 years in archive under Arctic ice. A snapshot of the Bitcoin code base will be encoded onto film reels and stored for 1,000 years under the Arctic ice in Svalbard, Norway. This is actually the land where I'm working right now, even so I'm not Norwegian. The move is part of the GitHub Archive program with a mission to preserve open source software for future generations to learn about the culture of today. This is very interesting stuff because Bitcoin is making its own history, and we can see that Bitcoin is not stopping with that. Many people are getting actually what the Bitcoin is, what the cryptocurrency space is, how the new generation of technology is looking right now, and people just want to see that. And also we can see here on the GitHub, that's their project actually, preserving open source software for future generations. You have a short video of 2 minutes over here, explore some of the top projects archived in the 2020 Arctic Vault program. Very interesting stuff to see. If you are stuck at your home because of the virus, you could learn a lot, and it's very important to actually learn something about cryptocurrency every single day, about technology, about blockchain, and about trading also, because if you're investing in this space and hope one day make some money of it, it's also very good way to multiply by trading, by simply trading, and on that way spread your wealth. So I think this is the last news for today.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video or this sort of videos. Please let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about this sort of videos and what would you do better so I can change for you. Please don't forget to also hit that like and subscribe button because it really means to me to build up this channel for you. Until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.